All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing a potential new copyright tool that YouTube is working on. Would be a complete game changer for all YouTubers. So stick around and find out exactly what I'm talking about. All of that and much, much more is coming right. From Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. That's right. You will not miss anything at all. And lots of great stuff is coming. You don't want to miss it. When it comes to getting a better grip on your life, that is absolutely correct. I am here to help each and every one of you get a better grip on your life, bring more positivity in your life, bring more success to your life, bring more happiness to your life, and eliminate all of the drama from your life because it's completely unnecessary. And on tonight's show, wow, I just found out about something today that I'm going to be sharing with you folks here. Not a lot of YouTubers are talking about it. And I'll share a little bit more about another direction I'm going to be taking my channel in addition to what I'm already doing. I'm not eliminating anything, but I'm going to be adding something to my channel that I will be discussing here in just a few minutes at the beginning of the show. So stick around for that because I feel, there are a lot of things discussed out here on YouTube that pertain to content creators and content consumers that not many YouTubers are talking about, or the ones that are talking about it are not representing the material as best as possible. Let's be polite and put it that way. So I'm going to be the one that's going to clear it up for you folks. Now, before I get to the chat here, let me make sure the notification has gone out, and it looks like the notification has gone out. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and see what's going on. Okay, it's rolling quite nice, quite well. Excellent stream status. We are good to go. All right, before I get to the chat, let me once again pay special props to this channel sponsor, my good friend and business partner, Troy Brewer, who is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network, for all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And when you go on the website of the DCN Internet Radio Network, you're going to see a bunch of internet radio stations there. There are talk radio stations and there are music radio stations. And more than likely, one of those talk or music stations, or maybe more than one, will suit your genre needs. So if you like to listen to talk radio and music throughout your days, please consider checking out www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below the description, about a third of the way down. And if you go to those links, you can also find out how to connect with Troy by sending him an email. If you do send Troy an email, please do not fail to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. Because like I say on each and every show and each and every video, Coach Eli has lots and lots of love for everyone. I am full of positivity over here in my neck of the woods on the Grip on Life channel. If you're tired of drama, if you're tired, I can't even talk. If you're tired of drama, if you're tired of negativity, if you're just tired of bad things and you want to turn it around and, enjoy your days in a more positive way, please head on over here and I'd be happy to help you start your path to great success in a more positive, loving, caring, and joyful way. That's what I do over here. That's what the purpose of this channel is. All right. So let me check out the chat here real quick. Mutt Nuts World's in the house. She says, hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Mutt, how you doing? She goes, love the background. Yeah, it's my Christmas background with the reindeer and Santa. You always love my backgrounds, don't you, Mutt? I appreciate that. By the way, just very briefly here, if you're new to this channel and you haven't noticed that my live streams are still public, but my live stream chats have gone to members only. So you don't need to be a moderator, become a channel member, or send a super chat if you want to get messages to go through. I made my chats members only almost a month ago. For many reasons. I really want to focus on people that enjoy my content and wish to learn from me and wish to better their lives and eliminate 100% of the trolls, haters, detractors, distractors, however you want to call them. So that's why I did it that way. Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Holy Moses. Hey, Queen. Queen, I'm going to give you a big round of applause, but this goes for Mutt as well. Hello, Queen. I know you've been busy on Twitter. I've seen all your tweets. You've been quite busy. And again, I don't respond because I've got enough drama in my life, or I've had enough drama in my life that I just want to keep things a drama-free zone. I don't want to cause any issues. I respect what you do, Queen. Keep fighting the fight. Keep doing what you have to do, but just know I still have lots of love for you, and I still follow your stuff. I read everything that you put out there. By the way, Mutt, do you have a Twitter? And if so, do you use your Twitter? I may have asked you that in the past, but I haven't seen you post anything on Twitter if you do have a Twitter. So let me know if you have one. You can go ahead and put it in the chat if you'd like. Queen Helen Casey says, I have Pandora. I listen. I know I've been MIA. My former mentor passed away. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Queen. Queen, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Let me give your former mentor a moment of silence here. May your former mentor, he or she, rest in peace. And Queen, don't worry about being MIA. There's no such thing as being MIA. Come and go as you wish. We've all got things to do. We're all busy. We're all trying to make something out of ourselves and share our greatness in this modern world over this thing we call the internet. So don't even worry about it. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Mutt Nuts World says, hey, Queen. Mutt Nuts World says, yeah, I do. Okay. I got to make sure that I'm connected with you on Twitter and I put notifications on like I have with Queen so I can get all of your tweets the moment you put them out. Mutt Nuts World says, I have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, a blog, and, of course, my YouTube. I use my Twitter once in a while, not as much as I should. Yeah, same here. You know, I've been trying to post more on Twitter. I'm going to start focusing more on social media. Also, folks, just to make you aware that eventually at some point, I'm going to be creating some exclusive content on the DCN Internet Radio Network. It's probably going to be more on the talk radio stations. What I'm probably going to put out there are some snippets from my live streams. What I'll probably end up doing is putting like the monologues of my live streams, because some people just want to listen to my monologues, and other people want to hear the entire show. Some people just want to check in and see where I'm at, where the channel's at, and where things are headed with me. And they don't want to stick around for the actual meat and potatoes of the content. So I'm going to be talking with Troy over the next few weeks, and we're going to figure this out, and I'll make you folks aware when that exclusive content goes over on the DCN Internet Radio Network. My former mentor passed away of a heart attack. I'm really sorry to hear about that, Queen. I'm really, really sorry to hear about that. How long did you know your former mentor for? Nuts World says, I need to get better at posting to my social media in the new year. Yeah, same here. Same here. So I was going to mention something else here at the beginning of the show. But I remember. So I'm going to be adding a new aspect on my channel here that I've been debating whether I'm going to add or not, and I've decided I'm going to do it. I did a little test marketing a couple days ago, when I did that stream on Stas Replay, who basically was paid $1,000 on a live stream to put his pregnant girlfriend half naked on his balcony in Russia in sub-zero weather, and she passed away because of that. And that's what's called a trending topic. I'm going to start more so turning my live streams into trending topic type of live streams. I will also be, sharing other things as well. But the reason why I've decided to do that, number one, yes, it does get a good amount of traction. But there's another reason why I want to do it on top of the traction. When you get more traction, that's what people want to see, right? People out here on the YouTube platform want to know what's going on, in this platform. And they want to get the information on a live stream, maybe the beginning monologue, like I mentioned a second ago. I'm going to be, more than likely putting my monologues as clips on the DC Internet Radio Network in audio format in the future. People want to know what's going on. They just don't want to spend countless hours each and every day sifting through YouTube or sifting through Google and the internet and reading about things. And even if they do go and find these particular topics regarding what's going on in the YouTube community, they may not have a thorough understanding of what's going on. Now, how does that incorporate in my coaching business? Well, I'm a business and personal relationship success coach, life coach. And this is part of my business sector. It could also be a part of my personal sector as well, because there are consumers of content out here on this platform that don't like a lot of things that are happening. And even though they may not be actual YouTubers, they still want to know what's going on and how YouTube as a company is handling certain things. So I've decided to do more trending topics. The trending topic with Stas Replay, I mentioned a second ago, that video, that live stream has almost 500 views, and it's still getting a bunch of views every day. It's getting about 100 views per day. And I'm like, okay, I'm beginning to see a trend here. I'm beginning to see more of what people really want to see out here on YouTube and what they want to learn. And I'm here to help you folks understand any aspect of your life, including YouTube. And whether we admit it or not, YouTube has become a household name in just about every household in the world. Give me 1 second. I need to clear my throat. Okay, sorry about that. My allergies are acting up. I took my allergy medication right before the show, but it's still, kicking in. So don't mind me. But YouTube has become a household name. And people come on YouTube for various reasons. They come on here for entertainment. They come on here to learn how to fix things, how-to products. They come out here to get the news. People use YouTube for practically anything and everything. And as a life coach, I am one that wants to help you get a better grip on your life regarding all aspects of your life, including your life on YouTube, because if you're anything like myself and many other people in this world, we love YouTube. We're kind of, if not completely addicted to YouTube. And if we're going to spend a lot of time on this platform, we should know what's going on behind the scenes. We should know, what the road ahead looks like on YouTube. And that's what I'm going to do here tonight, folks. Before I get to the topic here, let me read the chat. I knew my former mentor since 2017. Wow. Again, sorry to hear about your mentor's passing, Queen. Mutton Nuts World says, I'm adding some new things to my channel in the new year and will be doing more live streams. 1 to 2 of my live streams will be chat with me while I craft. Still working on the stream name. Okay. Yeah, keep pushing forward, but keep pushing forward. And, when you're ready to collaborate, when you're ready to collaborate in the new year, let me know. And I will be right there. We're going to make some things happen. Give me 1 second. Give me a second, please. Wow, I hope I make it through this show. My allergies are really acting up right now. I mean, I'm not sick or anything like that. But, when allergy season comes around and hits you hard, let me tell you something. Whoo-wee. You know how that goes. We've talked about that before. All right. The title of tonight's stream, or the topic of tonight's stream is Moistcr1tikal, a.k.a. penguinz0, reveals a potential game-changing copyright tool for YouTube creators. One more time. Moistcr1tikal, a.k.a. penguinz0, reveals a potential game-changing copyright tool for YouTube creators. Now, Moistcr1tikal, now known as penguinz0, has been on YouTube for quite some time. He's a pretty popular YouTuber with almost 7 million subscribers. And he's been having some issues lately with the YouTube copyright system, taking down videos that he created over 3 years ago. And he made some noise on Twitter to the point of where it caught the attention of the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki. I thought this was a very, very interesting story that I heard about today, especially regarding what came out of this. It's very, very interesting. So let me go ahead and do this. Well, before I get to that, actually, let me make something very clear that this new potential copyright tool that YouTube is working on it's different than the copyright match tool. Now, they may incorporate this as a part of the copyright match tool, which is only available to monetized channels. And maybe all other channels will get a dumbed down version of this new tool because copyright infringement doesn't only happen on monetized channels, it happens on all channels. So I just wanted to make it very clear that this new potential copyright tool, is above and beyond what the copyright match tool is already doing for creators that are in the YouTube partner program. Now, again, if you're not in the YouTube partner program, you have a dumbed down version of the copyright match tool where you're able to now see a history of all the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act takedown requests that you submitted and the status. But it does not go out there and look for potential matches of people infringing your copyright. But for this new aspect, the new copyright tool coming to YouTube to take care of some further issues that I'll mention here in just a few, they may add it to the current copyright match tool, or they might just make a completely new, different tool. We're not quite sure yet. But let's get to the article here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to switch over to the browser screen. Give me a second. And you can't see the full title there, but you do see Moistcr1tikal's face. And the title, "Hey, Lewis Fuller, good evening. How are you doing, man? I'm watching your ads in full." Well, thank you. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. I just gave you a like as well. Thank you. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis, you and I need to collaborate as well in the new year. We absolutely need to collaborate, man. I want to help you get monetized. Queen Helen Casey's here, Lewis. Mutt Nuts World is here. It's nice to have the team back. Ladies, it's so nice to have you back. And Lewis Fuller, it's so great to have you here. And any one of my moderators that shows up, throughout this show, because moderators get free access to my members-only chats. That's great. Again, folks, if you're not a moderator, you can become a channel member for as little as $4.99 and chat all you want, or you can send as many super chats as you want. Super chats you can access by clicking the $sign at the bottom of the chat. But anyway, let's get to the article here. The title of the article is actually, this is from the site called Dextero.com, and I'll share the link of this blog in the description towards the end of the stream, for those of you that want to reference to it after the stream ends. The title of the blog is "Moistcr1tikal Reveals Surprising Results of Call with YouTube CEO." One more time, Moistcr1tikal Reveals Surprising Results of Call with YouTube CEO. Written by Virginia Glaze. This was initially published on December 5th, 2020, a few days ago, and was updated apparently today, December 7th, 2020, at, I guess, 1640, which I don't know what time zone this is in. I assume it's Eastern time, so that would be, 16, I believe, is 4. Go back 3 hours, 13. This is Army time, would be 1. So around 1 o'clock this afternoon Pacific time, 4 Eastern time, this was updated. All right, let's scroll down here and get right to it. All right, after lashing out at YouTube over a sudden strike on a 3-year-old video, wow. A video gets taken down for copyright infringement 3 years after it was created. That's gotta suck. Moistcr1tikal got the chance to have a call with platform CEO Susan Wojcicki. I'd love to chat with you, Susan. And Susan, I could actually show up in person. I'm in Redwood City. San Bruno's a 23-minute drive from where I'm at. So, hey, you're right up to 280, I'd love to come to the YouTube, headquarters of San Bruno, sit down with Susan and talk about this. Who knows? I'm not big enough yet, but hey, that's all right. I don't have almost 7 million subscribers like Moistcr1tikal does. Leading to a hugely productive conversation for content creators. If the CEO of one of the largest platforms in the world reaches out to a content creator, it means that she acknowledges there's something wrong and something needs to be done, and she's getting her team to work on this issue. I got to tell you, folks, I have been so thrilled about what's been happening lately on the YouTube platform and what they've been doing to make this platform a better and safer place for real creators, and for, like I've mentioned in some past recent streams, for cringy, fake, drama, instigating, insightful, creators that incite hate and violence on their channels to get traction. They're getting rid of all that. This is going to even help that aspect more. Let's continue, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'll share more about that. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Someone's at pretty good Sharpshooter, good job. Oh, is that WrestleMania? Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got a $2.79 Canadian super chat, and it was deleted. I'll have to go back and check out the replay and see what was said. Somebody was sending a super chat to take a stab at me. That's fine. They could pay me money to talk. If you want to talk smack at me, then you're gonna have to pay. That's why I have my chats members only. It's gonna cost you to talk smack from here on out, and you'll get banned right away by Queen Helen Casey. Thank you, Queen. Oh man. WrestleMania. Oh man, just saw you were live right as I was going to bed. Well, have a good stream, my friend. Hey, you're welcome, WrestleMania. Check out the replay if you'd like. There's some great information here coming for all good YouTubers that have been dealing with copyright issues that they shouldn't have to deal with. YouTube's in the process of creating a great solution. Someone's pretty so someone sends me a $2.79 Canadian super chat, which comes out to $2.10 American, and I'll have to go back and check out the replay to see what they said. But thank you for your money. I appreciate it. That's so sad. Some people are just so insecure, so immature, like they just can't walk away. They got to take a stab at you. Even when you lock down your channel to members only or super chats, they still pay to take a stab at you. Well, all right. On November 25th, YouTuber Moistcr1tikal, a longtime creator with over 6.9 million subscribers, hit out at the platform via Twitter. That's what a lot of people do. When YouTube doesn't listen, these people will go on. I'll go on Twitter myself. Queen, you love Twitter. Twitter's a great place to voice your opinion. If something reasonable is not being taken care of, that's where us YouTubers go. At Team YouTube, why is this not being taken care of? Why did this video go down 3 years later for copyright? I didn't violate copyright. This was fair use. Or this is somebody putting in a claim that doesn't even own this. This is somebody fraudulently, putting in this copyright claim, right? For example purposes. So he hit out at the platform via Twitter, claiming that one of his 3-year-old videos had been suddenly hit with a strike, because people get jealous, right? You start growing on YouTube, right? And you use a little snippet of someone's content under fair use with commentary, right? Kind of like what I'm doing now, right? And so then you get these people that try to put in, fraudulent copyright claims, and sometimes they get the wrong employee at YouTube and it takes down the video, right? Then as a creator, you know how it is trying to reach out to YouTube to take care of the issue. Now, I'm sure Moistcr1tikal, with almost 7 million subs, has a YouTube rep, and this was probably handled fairly quickly, but most of us don't have that luxury. But maybe in the near future we will. The strike came in spite of his efforts to censor the video, which admittedly showed edited gameplay from a lewd video game beforehand, leading him to criticize YouTube out of frustration. So he's trying to follow the guidelines. He has almost 7 million subscribers. He's a monetized channel. This channel's probably bringing in his livelihood, right? So he's not intentionally going out there trying to violate the rules. This just kind of happened, right? Out of the blue. And he tried to, let's see. Yeah, so he made efforts to censor the video and to not put, guideline violating parts in there. and to use a little bit under fair use as part of his gameplay, right? But they still took it down. I got another strike on a 3-year-old video of a censored lewd game, he wrote. I would do anything to talk to Susan Wojcicki about the policy terms refusal to communicate and explain their decisions. All right. They have complete control over everyone's channels, but just spit in the faces of creators. Let me repeat that line one more time there. They have complete control over everyone's channels, but just spit in the face of creators. I don't think YouTube spits in the face of creators on purpose. I think it appears that way for reasons that were mentioned in this article here. And I'll just give a little sneak peek before I get to that part. You know, they've got 2 billion users on the platform. And they've got a lot of employees. They hired 10,000 new employees to handle all this, you know, a couple years back. But when you have 2 billion people on the platform, when you have 500 hours of video uploaded every minute of every day, you can have an army of employees. It's still a challenge to get everything done. But let me read further here, because this is a very, very transparent article. And Susan Wojcicki going on here or calling this guy and talking about this and him writing about it is a great thing. Because of this, I'm not sure now if Susan or Team YouTube is going to put out a year-end blog like they typically do regarding what happened in 2020 and where the platform is heading in 2021. Typically, that happens around this time of the year every year. Last year, it was regarding creator-on-creator harassment. They're taking a stronger stance on it. This year, I'm waiting to see if it's going to happen. I hope it does, because that's typically something that's very, very beneficial to good creators. It's been very beneficial to me. But maybe, you know, instead of doing that, she reached out to Moistcr1tikal to do this. Maybe they'll still do the blog. We'll see. If they do that, I'll definitely be covering that here on my channel. So let's continue here. But let me check out the chat real quick. Let me see. Queen Helen Casey's just doing the crying emoji. All right. Okay. I got a strike on a 3-year-old video of a censored lewd game. I would do anything to talk to... Oh, no, I already read that. Did they just put the same thing twice? Oh, they did. Okay. Here we go. In a surprising turn of events, Wojcicki herself, whoa, the CEO of YouTube, offered to hop on a call with Critical to hammer out a solution to this recurring problem on the site. If I was in his shoes, I would feel like the most blessed YouTuber on the planet. I would love to have even a 5 or 10 minute conversation with Susan Wojcicki. And I'm local. I'm here in Redwood City, California, Sue. I can drive and meet you at the office if you'd like. Give me a tour as well. And let me bring in my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I might get that viral video being at the YouTube headquarters, and my channel might start penetrating your algorithm finally. So yeah, let me read that again. In a surprising turn of events, Wojcicki herself, the CEO of YouTube, offered to hop on a call with Critical to hammer out a solution to this recurring problem on the site. That's awesome. That's not all. Even the head of YouTube's policy team got on the line. Wow, a twofer. You got Wojcicki, the CEO of YouTube, and the head of YouTube's policy team on the phone. leading to what Critical called a huge step in the right direction for users. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Amen. This is great. Let's continue. What did we learn from Critical's call with YouTube? Let's find out. YouTube doesn't want only dole out strikes out of spite. I don't even know what this grammar is. I don't know. Let's read that again. YouTube doesn't want only dole out strikes out of spite. I think they mean to say YouTube doesn't want to have to deal with creators, flagging creators down out of spite when something's actually fair use, right? That's what this all boils down to here. It boils down to what's fair use and what is not fair use, right? And if something is clearly fair use, but someone still wants to file a copyright takedown on it, okay, that you can still file a copyright takedown notice if someone even uses your content out of fair use, and most of the time YouTube has to take it down unless it is clearly so clear fair use that if YouTube showed up in court, they would win. That YouTube does not want to get sued for making a mistake. But typically, even if something is fair use, even if you use 1 or 2 seconds of someone's content on your channel, you can get flagged down for it, right? Well, in these situations, someone that was legitimately doing commentary, under fair use, and they got flagged down with this new system that YouTube's working on, based on this call, I believe, with Susan Wojcicki and the head of policy at YouTube, would give the creators another option. Stick around. I'm getting to that right now. According to YouTube's head of policy, the strikes are in place for bad actors who constantly show a disregard for the rules. I know quite a few bad actors out here on YouTube. I especially know one tremendous bad actor who will probably have his channel shut down in 2021. He is a spoiled, entitled 35-year-old millennial. Let's just put it that way. Enough said. He's definitely a bad actor. Those of you that have been around for a while on my channel know who I'm talking about. If you're new here, it's a good thing you don't know this guy. Not going to mention his name, no need to, just an example. But sometimes it falls through the cracks due to the size of the team and the volume of infractions they deal with. Let me repeat that again. This is what they're trying to fix, okay? According to YouTube's head of policy, the strikes are in place for bad actors, right, who constantly show a disregard for the rules. If you screw up once or twice or 3 times or even 10 times, they'll give you chances, right? But if you're one that screws up 100, 200 times, you're a bad actor. They're going to remove you at some point. But sometimes it falls through the cracks. Sometimes, that's a big understatement, YouTube. I think a little better way to have presented that would be most often than not. It falls through the cracks due to the size of the team and the volume of infractions they deal with. So yeah, you've got 2 billion users on the platform. You've got 500 hours of videos uploaded every minute, every day on this platform. And there are probably, I'd say globally, there's probably 40, 50,000 people working for YouTube at least. But even then, let's say you have 10,000 of those people working on copyright strikes, community guideline strikes, and all of that, but you're getting tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of requests every single day. It takes a while to get through all that. And that's why YouTube depends a lot on automated systems, the AI, because the AI while it doesn't get everything right, it gets most of the things right. Even with monetization now, it's gotten a lot better. Without the AI, there's no way that YouTube would exist. The AI is crucial. And when the AI makes a mistake, what do? You can appeal. Or for a video that gets wrongfully demonetized, you can request a manual review. My last 10 manual reviews over the last month for live streams that got demonetized for no reason were overturned almost immediately to green. The nice email saying, "Dear Grip on Life, good news. After manually reviewing your video, blah, 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 we have determined that it is suitable for all advertisers. Thank you, the YouTube team." Great. That's the way it should work, right? Right. Now we need that system for copyright. Let's continue. YouTube is looking into ways to prevent strikes and removals without warning. Let's repeat that one more time. YouTube is looking into ways to prevent strikes and removals without warning. So if somebody's going to file a copyright strike on you because you use a small clip of their video to do fair use commentary, instead of YouTube taking that down immediately, they can make the creator aware that, hey, we received a copyright takedown notice from this creator. We'd like to give you an opportunity to edit this content in question, and we're going to give you 7 days to take care of this, or we will process this request. I'm going to tell you what's going to probably happen, but let me read this first here, and then I'll get to that. I think I know what's going to happen. While there are no solid answers yet, at least ones that Critical is comfortable sharing, he did say that the team is looking into a tool that allows creators to edit offending content out of their videos after being notified of infringing content rather than having the video removed and a strike against their record. So this is huge. This is huge. And in a second here, I'm going to share with you folks how this is going to be beneficial in more ways than one. In more ways than one. I'll tell you how this is going to help me. But let me repeat that one more time. So Critical said that the team YouTube is looking into a tool that allows creators to edit offending content out of their videos after being notified of infringing content rather than having the video removed and a strike against their record. So let me make you aware of what I think is happening here. Well, let me read Queen's comment first there. YouTube even taking my videos down and flagging me, and I'm getting aggravated about it. Well, there's some hope coming, Queen. There's hope coming. Let me tell you what's going to happen here, okay? So I've been a part of the YouTube Partner Program for a year now on this channel. I used to be monetized on my former channel, at least for a while, till they changed the rules. Long story, but on this channel, I've been monetized for a little over a year now. And when you get monetized, you get access to the copyright match tool that they created to try to get a better handle on copyright infringement amongst creators. And it's done a pretty good job of going out there and finding, people that re-upload your videos. But what happens when someone re-uploads your video or videos and the copyright match tool, shows you matches, right? Let's say, let's just say the spoiled entitled millennial guy I've been talking about uploads one of my videos or parts of my video, right? My match tool will catch that. I got a couple of options. I'm not going to show my match tool because if I show this part here, it's going to I do have some matches in there, and it'll show people's information, and I don't want to get a privacy complaint, so I'm just going to talk about it here. When you get a match, you have a few options. If you gave the person permission to use your video, you can click on Archive Match, and it takes it out of your actual matches and puts it in the archive. When you put it in the archive, it'll always stay there. You can always, file on it later down the road. But if you just want to get it out of your actual matches and archive it, and you gave the person permission, you click on Archive, right? Or you can click on, Request Removal. When you click on Request Removal, this is only from the Copyright Match tool. They should probably end up doing this through the regular DMCA system as well. They might change that. This is what's probably coming. When you request a takedown, a DMCA takedown from a match that appears in your Copyright Match tool, this is only for monetized channels like mine, you have two options. One, you have the option of submitting a standard takedown, which means YouTube will immediately take down the video once the copyright is reviewed, the copyright request is reviewed, and they approve it. Or you can select scheduled takedown, meaning that once YouTube approves the copyright, it will notify the infringer of your content and give them 7 days to edit out or remove that video. And if they don't remove that part of the video in question or the entire video in question within 7 days, after the 7th day, then YouTube will take down that video. That's called a scheduled takedown. I have a feeling that this new system is going to be implemented for probably every channel out here on YouTube. Maybe at least for people in the YouTube Partner Program, something will probably be done, right? But I think this is something that is going to be happening on a more broad scale. Now, most people will also file manual takedowns. When you file a manual takedown, you have no option to, schedule a takedown. Maybe that's what they're working on. But in essence, what this new tool would do is, let's say, for example, this spoiled entitled millennial, uses parts of one of my videos or half of my video or all of my video, right? Okay. I can file a DMCA copyright takedown notice on him. And with this new system in place, what I assume based on what I'm seeing here and reading here and have heard is that instead of, once they would approve it, instead of YouTube taking down the spoiled entitled millennials video, they would send him a warning saying that we received this copyright takedown notice. We'd like to give you the opportunity to remove this content within 7 days. Failure to remove this content within 7 days or work it out with the copyright holder will result in your video being removed. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, how else is that going to help people like me? Let's continue talking about this spoiled entitled millennial. This spoiled entitled millennial that I've been talking a lot about over the last several years has created over 150 videos on me. And most of those videos are still up on his channel that have a lot of my copyrighted content on there. What do you think is going to happen to other YouTubers that have made it their life to steal other people's content, monetize other people's content like this guy has done to me, right? What's going to happen to them? They're no longer going to be able to do this. You know why? Because here's the thing. When I file a DMCA copyright takedown notice in the future, their content, like I mentioned a second ago, will not go down. They'll get a warning saying, hey, look, we received this notice. If you don't edit this or remove this content within 7 days, we're going to take down your video, right? Now, why were they able to get away with this before? let's say the system gets into place, right? Why would they be able to get away with this in the past? Because of the flaw in copyright law I've been talking about. The flaw in copyright law is this, is I can file a copyright takedown notice. This other guy can then file a counter notification. It'll get approved every time. He'll just say it's fair use, even if it's not, right? And then YouTube will approve it. Then I have 10 business days to sue him in a federal court that'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars for something not even worth that. Or if I don't sue him in a federal court within 10 business days, then his video gets reinstated, the copyright strike, gets removed, and he's back in business. And he's back to stealing content again, because he knows that if he gets a strike every now and then, all he has to do is file a counter notification, because most people will not sue him. Now, if he stole something from a major company that has lots of money, they would probably sue him. But he's not. He's a smart guy to only steal content from people that he knows don't have the means to sue him, such as most small creators don't have the means to, take someone to a federal copyright court. So because of that, there's nothing more you can do, right? So what's this new system going to do? If these creators, are, for example, a lot of these creators do live streams. If you get a copyright strike on a live stream, you cannot stream for 90 days or until the strike is resolved, which typically will happen after 2 weeks after the counter notification is filed. So these streamers will not be able to stream for at least 2 weeks if a copyright strike goes through. Under this new system, if these creators that were stealing other creators' content like mine know that YouTube is not going to take down their videos right away, but will give them 7 days to remove that content, then these creators will remove that content and they won't be taken down for 14 days. And what's going to happen to these people that are stealing content in the future, like this spoiled entitled millennial has done in the past? They're going to stop using your content because they know the new system is going to warn them that if you don't remove this content, this DMCA will be processed in 7 days, right? This is going to make a huge difference. This is why I'm saying, folks, that the things at YouTube are getting so much better for real content creators. The phonies and the frauds and the drama people and the hateful people, right? They're all going bye-bye. I'm telling you, in 2021, you're going to see an even bigger purge of people that play the system out here on YouTube, primarily drama sphere channels that incite hate, violence, attack people, right? Copyright infringers, they're going to pay a big price. The good YouTubers like myself and others that use small snippets of content under fair use to do commentary or criticism on them, which is within legal copyright law, are going to be protected by this. We're not going to fear getting copyright strikes anymore, because now, even if, let's say I use someone's, a clip of someone's video for like 5 or 10 minutes, right? And they decide to put a copyright on it, right? YouTube will send me the notice. They'll say, hey, from this timestamp to this timestamp, you use this person's content. They're putting in a claim. We're giving you 7 days to edit this content or remove this video, or this DMCA will be processed. So in that case, all I would do was edit that portion out or delete the video and move on. But these people that play the copyright game probably won't even file on you, because they know that all you're going to do is remove it, right? And you're not going to get a copyright strike. Sometimes these people want to play the copyright spite game. They just want to take you down because they're jealous of you, right? That's what a lot of YouTubers do. And that's what this spoiled entitled millennial does out here. he is so jealous of people that he does whatever he can to try to take people down through the copyright system in illegitimate ways. And then when he gets taken down, he whines and complains like a little female dog, to put it politely. Wham. Your day's coming, dude. I'm telling you that. Not only is your day coming, anyone else that does what you do out here on YouTube, your day is coming. It's coming. I can't wait. Karma has no deadline. You mess with the bull, you'll get the horns. All right. Let me continue here, but let me read the chat first real quick. I think Queen had something to say in there. I get tired of getting emails about it. Okay. Susan in particular really liked the idea. Good, you're the CEO. If you like the idea, Susan, then I know it's going to happen. Awesome, Susan. I'm so proud. This is a proud defining moment. I actually now finally feel, after 4 years of being on this platform, as an actual YouTuber between my former channel and this one, after 4 years, I finally feel I'm going to get a chance to have my opportunity to blow up out here on YouTube in a good way. Now, I've been on YouTube longer than that. One of my oldest channels is 10 years old. It's the Elias Melas channel, one of the channels I used to put videos from the networking events I would attend or run when I was running my insurance business and networking in person at in-person networking events all over Northern California. That channel has an actual old YouTube username, youtube.com/user/Elias Melas. It's like a 10-year-old channel. But I've been on this platform since it came out 15 plus years ago. Back in the days before even widescreen HD came out, when we had like, what, 240p? 240p, 360, then 360p came out, then 480p, DVD. And then we got the 720 and 1080, and that changed everything, man. Now, 1080p, 4K, 8K is going to be coming soon. What are we going to have, 100K at some point? They say the eye cannot even really tell the difference once you reach like 4 or 8K. How many more Ks are we going to have? I'm sure YouTube will be there when it happens, right? So Susan in particular really liked the idea and wanted to press it on the policy team. Great. Press it on hard. You're the CEO. You want to get it done. They got to do it. You're the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss lady. Critical revealed. The policy head also liked the idea. Whoa, that's great. Then let's do it. Every YouTuber that I saw that made a video on this, that did a response, a reaction to this, loves the idea. This is groundbreaking. This is a game changer. It's going to stop so much copyright fraud and so many spiteful DMCA requests. This is what I've been waiting for. This is going to eliminate all the bad actors, including this spoiled entitled millennial. He's a bad actor. Bad actor. So the policy head also liked the idea and wanted to explore ways of slowly implementing this policy over time. Well, don't be too slow. Let's get it on in Q1 or Q2 of next year. YouTube, you have the system in place. Heck, you can even further incorporate your content ID system to work better with the copyright match tool. And you can implement this just like that. The problem, I think, is this, is that the copyright match tool not only the copyright match tool, but the content ID system that, big companies use that, give out the content ID claims and demonetize videos. These are not the copyright takedowns or the copyright strikes. These are content ID claims, okay? That system probably uses so many resources that if they opened up that resource to 2 million users, YouTube and Google would have to triple or quadruple their database, which would astronomically, skyrocket the cost of their business. So they're probably trying to implement this in ways that are going to be efficient and effective from a cost standpoint and an effective standpoint. So, but I like it. I like where it's heading. I like where it's heading. You're going to get rid of more of the bad actors. Susan, you said a couple years ago that you're going to take a stronger stance against bad actors, which is why the monetization system was changed from only needing 10,000 views to now needing 4,000 public watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. I actually am glad you did that. Because let me tell you, now it feels like for people that are in the YouTube partner program like myself, it feels like we've actually earned something. And even though we're still a small YouTuber, I'm still a small YouTuber, I feel like I'm a part of something. I feel like I'm a step above just a beginning YouTuber. When everyone was getting monetized in the past for just needing 10,000 views, and even before that rule, years before that, you would monetize anyone. It was nothing to earn. Now, it's something to earn, which is great. And once you get there, there's more revenue. There's a lot more revenue now for the people that are doing things the right way. It is hard to communicate with YouTube's policy team because it is fairly small. No kidding. Muttnuts World says, I am still here listening and editing videos. No problem. We're going to wrap it up in just a few. Well, that and the sheer volume of work they have to do among themselves. Yeah, like I said, 2 billion users on the platform. Did I say that right? 2 billion users on the platform. Maybe you've got 10,000 people that are reviewing flags on a daily basis. You've got 500 hours of video uploaded every hour. Sorry, not every hour, every minute. Sorry, 500 hours of video uploaded every minute on the platform. So it's an astronomical amount of volume that relies heavily on, computer learning and computer systems, the artificial intelligence, the AI. Luckily, Wojcicki suggested a workaround for this issue, stating that the policy team should have a specific group of employees in place whose sole task is communicating with creators. I would love that. Right now, if you're in the YouTube partner program, you have creator support and you even have chat. But you contact chat and you get some Google employee. It says, Google. Google owns YouTube, same thing, right? So you're talking with a Google employee and they're just giving you basic information. They're not taking care of these situations. It's one thing, YouTube and Google, to have a group of employees in place whose sole task is communicating with creators. It's one thing to tell us what your policy is. It's another thing to handle unfair situations in a quick and effective and efficient way. So what are these people going to be put in place for? To give us generic responses like we get on Twitter and through the creator support chat, or by sending creator support email? Or are these people actually going to get down with us and help us solve these issues on a case-by-case basis? Because if it's going to be more, generic stuff, then it's not worth it. It has to be a team of people that are going to communicate with us and help us solve these unfair copyright takedowns that some creators get because other creators get jealous, they're spiteful, they're vindictive, etc., right? But I like the fact that you're talking about it because all it takes to get something done is to start a conversation. And I noticed with YouTube, if you can get the conversation going and you get Susan Wojcicki involved, the CEO, and she gets the head of policy involved, which I've seen on the Creator Insider channel before, good guy, it's going to probably happen. This needs to happen. YouTube doesn't like that it takes a huge Twitter scandal to communicate with them. I bet you don't. One more time, YouTube doesn't like that it takes a huge Twitter scandal to communicate with them. Well, if these situations were handled in a better way, which you're working on that now, there'd be no need for us to go on Twitter and create what you like to call a YouTube scandal or a Twitter scandal, right? A Twitter scandal on YouTube, right? It's funny how every time someone goes and whines on Twitter and they have legitimate cause, then Team YouTube all of a sudden rectifies the situation. See, that's the system that's been put in place. If you want to get something done about something unfair happening to your channel, you got to go and talk about it on Twitter. Because YouTube doesn't like that it takes a huge Twitter scandal to communicate with them. He's right. Critical's right. Critical also claimed that YouTube is looking into ways to better this issue in 2021. It's coming. It's coming in 2021. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for these channels that have been bad actors on this platform to get shut down. They're gonna be shut down so hard, and I'm gonna be laughing about it. And I'll be talking about it. You bet your bottom dollar I'll be talking about it. In a very professional way, that is, like I always do. Although the team itself wasn't exactly certain what those solutions would be, but you're in progress. You're talking about it, which is great. You're not going to waste your time talking about something that's, a waste of time and not going to be beneficial to the future of the YouTube platform. They recognize the problems, the YouTuber stated. They're not obvious to them. They're not obvious. It should be obvious. They're running the company. They say they recognize the problem. The YouTuber stated they're not obvious to them. Oh, sorry. I can't read. Too excited. They're not oblivious to them. Gosh. They're not oblivious to them. That oblivious and obvious, the words look very similar. I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. They're not oblivious to them. That's great. They know what's going on. They're just working on the best ways of combating it, given the situation and everything going on. Yeah, you've got a platform again with 2 billion people. You got tons of employees, but you got 500 hours of video being uploaded every minute of every day. That's a beast. And in my opinion, for them to be even doing what they're doing here, connecting with this YouTuber, the CEO contacted him. The CEO, along with the head of policy. And they had a conversation. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I can respect that. I just wish they were more transparent with it. And that's what they were by doing this, bro. Moistcr1tikal. That's exactly what they were doing by reaching out to you. They were trying to show transparency. They're saying, they're trying to show and say, we understand there's an issue. We want to reach out to you. You got almost 7 million subscribers. You're one that's making us money. You're making money, but you're helping us make money too. We want to recognize you the small, or not the small, but the independent creator, and let you know you're still an important part of our ecosystem. Now, furthermore, here's another part. I just mentioned that. The independent creator. YouTube is working hard to make sure its trending page isn't dominated by traditional media. Wow, really? Well, during the election time it was. And during the initial parts of the virus it was. But I can understand that. This is good to hear. YouTube is working hard to make sure its trending page isn't dominated by traditional media. According to Critical, Wojcicki claimed that for the past 1 or 2 years, the platform has been placing a focus on making sure its organic creators are getting featured on the trending page. And I've seen that, so I do believe that. Rather than mainstream media outlets, because mainstream media outlets are already pretty well known. I subscribe to CNN on YouTube and Fox News and all those, right? I want to know what's going on, right? But why do we need to further promote known entities organically? Now, if they pay you to promote them, different story. If anyone pays for advertising, you've got to take care of that. You got to prioritize that. But when it comes to free trending exposure, that's got to be whoever has the best story. Independent creator or mainstream, it doesn't matter. But that's good. That's good that you're trying to get the independent creator more on the trending page than mainstream media. Okay, let's continue seeing that. They want to make sure the creators are showcased on trending. Great, that's what this platform was built on initially. It was built on creators like myself. He said of the subject, they want to make sure that policies are uniformly enforced across the traditional and creator-generated content. Right. So what that means is the mainstream media and independent creators like myself need to have the same rules. We can't sit there and say, okay, YouTube was saying earlier on this year, we're going to give a stronger push towards authoritative voices. Like if you are, authorized to speak on the virus or authorized to speak about something, right, then we're going to raise authoritative voices, right? I think what this is saying is we're trying to get things to the point of where, as long as independent creators abide by the same rules of the mainstream media, they can talk about whatever they want to talk about. As long as you don't talk about something that is not true, then they have the right to take you down or fact check you or whatever, kind of like what Twitter does to Donald Trump all the time, right? So again, they want to make sure that policies are uniformly enforced across the traditional and creator-generated content. That's really great to hear. I'll believe it more so when I start seeing it, but I have a feeling in 2021, maybe not first quarter, but by the second quarter, you're going to see a big shift on this platform. It's going to be great for people like myself that create good advertiser-friendly content. It's just a matter of making sure it comes across that way. Right. And you can be more transparent along the way, and it'll come across the right way. Just like Moistcr1tikal says, just be more transparent. This was a transparent thing by YouTube. This is great. Whoops. I think this is the final part here. Overall, Critical seemed pleased with his call with YouTube and is hopeful for better changes to come in the future. So am I. I'm very hopeful. I have a feeling in second quarter of 2021, you're going to see a big sweep off this platform. You're going to see some things happen unlike anything you've seen. It's going to be so cleaned up. The people that remain that are monetized and people that are striving to get monetized are going to have a clearer path. They're going to have less drama to deal with, less hate, less violence, less incitement. They're going to have less, false copyrights to deal with and copyright takedowns out of spite that are actually fair use. It's all going to go bye-bye. And people are not going to steal your content anymore because of the new system. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this. While this isn't his first brush with the company over a confusing strike, it seems that this situation at least has resulted in a constructive conversation that will lead to a more transparent environment for content creators. When I saw this, I'll tell you, a lot of my stories and stuff that I hear, I watch a lot of YouTubers, but one of the main people I like to watch is a guy named Jeremy who runs the Quartering channel. Jeremy is a great guy. He's been striving to get to 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. And, he was stuck for a little while because it was weird. Like, up until this past week or so, YouTube, was like stagnating for people. Like, a lot of people were losing subs, not gaining subs. It was weird. Like, the system was going through some overhaul, but I think it's back now because now Jeremy went from 960K to like 982 or 86K subs. And he's probably going to hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. If you want to subscribe to a great channel, I think he's a little bit more on the right than the left. So, Queen, this might be a good channel for you. The channel is called The Quartering. TheQuartering. The Quartering. Great channel. He puts out about 4 to 7 videos per day, trending topics, hot stuff. Just he's a good guy, and I love following the guy. Like, if I want to find out information about stuff, he's one of the main sources I go to. Great guy. Anyway. All right, so that's that. Let's go back to full screen and check out the chat one last time before we wrap things up. Queen Helen Casey, the mainstream media are a bunch of liars. Yes, sometimes they can be. I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but sometimes they are, Queen, and it has to do with money. Money talks. Sponsors control the mainstream media. It's the way it goes. It kind of goes the same way out here on YouTube. YouTube has to take care of their sponsors. If not, they're out of business. But I get it. I know what you're saying. Queen Ellen Casey furthermore says, in other words, people who are not monetized will be bounced off YouTube. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, people that are not monetized will not be bounced off of YouTube. People that create hateful content, people that do trolling, hateful, inappropriate content, attacking people, inciting hate, violence, and don't present things in a proper and professional way, kind of like I do, will be removed whether they're monetized or not. So YouTube is not looking to get rid of people that are not monetized. They're looking to get rid of people that are not following the terms of service, whether you're monetized or not. I think that's the best way to put it there. So don't worry, Queen. No, they're not getting rid of people that are not monetized, but they are going to be adding, some ads to certain non-monetized channels occasionally that they deem their videos are ad friendly. And I don't have a problem with them doing that to those channels because it costs YouTube and Google a ton of money to run the company. Server space to host all those videos in high quality, internet bandwidth to stream all those videos in high quality. And people don't understand how much money it costs to do this. And then you see people complaining that, they're going to put videos on my non-monetized channel, and I'm unhappy about that. They're not going to give me any revenue. Why should they? You're uploading your videos on their servers. Now, if you want to buy your own server and host your own videos and see how much that costs and see if it even runs as well as YouTube does, you go do that. Instead, you can stop complaining and understand that we all have a gift here on this platform. And we need to understand that, hey, YouTube first and foremost is a business, and they would not be able to offer us this platform to do what we do if they weren't making the money and if it wasn't feasible to do it. Melas World says, night all, we'll catch up later. Going to be long night of editing and getting stuff ready to film tomorrow. Hope to do a live stream sometime after 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Speaking of which, before I get on out of here, folks, I finished editing my latest Walking with Purpose video at 4K and 60 frames per second that I shot yesterday at a different location on the San Francisco Bay Trail. It's about a 50-minute video. I'm going to be rendering it later tonight. It's probably going to take me at least 12 to 15 hours to render. It should be done by tomorrow afternoon. Then I need to upload it. It's probably going to take about 12 extra hours to process through YouTube systems. So I foresee releasing my next Walking with Purpose video by Wednesday morning, late morning, or early afternoon. That's when it'll be released. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, go back and check out some of my past streams and recent Walking with Purpose videos. There's plenty of content here to view. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank Queen Helen Casey for coming back. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Queen. I want to thank Melas World for being here. I want to thank Lewis Fuller for being here. I want to thank WrestleMania, Jamie, for stopping on by, and anyone else that was watching behind the scenes. Christmas is almost here, 10 days away from my birthday. Oh my God. And a little over 2 weeks away from Christmas. Wow. Have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.